Tonight, we know the identities of the two victims in a double murder in Barrio Logan this weekend. This as the suspect pleads not guilty. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee.
I'm Carlo Chiquetto. San Diego police say 23-year-old Junior Alastre and 28-year-old Osnader Silvera were shot and killed Saturday night on Newton Avenue. CBS 8's Kirsten Holmes was inside the courtroom as the suspect denied all charges against him. She joins us live. Kirsten.
Yeah, the man who police say is responsible for that double murder appeared before a judge just a couple of hours ago. 23-year-old Guillermo David Gonzalez of National City pled not guilty, denying all charges and allegations against him. But prosecutors say, due to the nature of this case, he could be facing life in prison or even the death penalty.
Enters a plea of not guilty, requests the appointment of the public defender's office.
23-year-old Guillermo David Gonzalez is being represented by a public defender as he faces 2 counts of murder and gun charges.
Your Honor, this was a brutal killing of 2 young immigrants who had recently came from Venezuela.
Deputy DA Oscar Hagstrom says because this is a double murder, this case includes special circumstances. That means if Gonzalez is convicted, he faces either life in prison without the possibility of parole or the death penalty if prosecutors pursue it. Hagstrom explains what police say happened Saturday, September 14th.
This defendant had recently been kicked out of a nearby shelter when he came into contact with the victims in this case. The defendant exchanged some type of words, which are unknown at this point, before opening fire on the first victim, shooting him approximately 5 times. He then turned his gunfire to the second victim, shooting that victim who was in the driver's seat of the car roughly 17 times. That victim was taken out of the car, and the defendant got into the car where a surviving victim and witness, the wife of the victim in the driver's seat of the car, encountered this defendant. She had to beg for her life to be let out of the car when the defendant let her run away, then stealing the vehicle that the husband and wife were in.
LA County Sheriff's deputies arrested Gonzalez and found a gun casings that matched those left at the scene of the crime in Barrio Logan, and the victim's car that Gonzalez was still driving. Prosecutors also say deputies found what appeared to be blood on Gonzalez's shoes. Prosecutors say they aren't sure what's next for the unnamed surviving witness and wife.
It is a very difficult time, as you could imagine. We're doing the best we can to help provide her justice and help her move through this tragic moment.
Gonzalez's next court date is set for Wednesday, October 30th. His readiness hearing is scheduled for November 14th. Reporting for CBS 8, I'm Kirsten Holmes. Back to you.
Kirsten, do you know if Gonzalez has any type of criminal history?
Yeah, that was a question that I asked the prosecutors, and they say they don't have a record of a criminal history for Gonzalez.
All right, thanks so much. Kirsten Holmes reporting live. Tonight, a mother of 2 young boys killed in a car crash is still waiting for justice after another delay in the trial of the man accused of causing the accident.
In December, 8-year-old Malachi Orozco Romero and his 4-year-old brother Mason were killed when prosecutors say 20-year-old Angel Salgado led police on a chase and crashed into their car. It happened near the 805 and 43rd Street exit. Salgado was supposed to appear in court today, but his hearing was continued to another date. Today, we talked to the boy's mother, Victoria Hayes. She says her entire world is crushed without them.
The boys were like my light in the darkness, and now that they're gone, it's been really difficult to move on and process that they're gone. You know, it's been 9 months and I still can't believe it. And only thing I want is justice for my boys because they didn't deserve what happened.
Salgado's trial is now expected to begin in January. He faces up to life in prison.
Tonight, we have a scam alert. The San Diego Superior Court says scammers are posing as court clerks over the phone, claiming you need to pay for missing jury duty or risk going to jail. These calls are fake, so hang up. The court says it does not call to ask for money or threaten arrest. It says legal matters are always handled in writing, and it will never insist on cash gift cards or money order payments. We'll have more details on the scam posted on our website, cbs8.com. Two South Bay cities, National City and Chula Vista, have both voted to adopt bans on homeless encampments on public property. Both city councils approved the bans last night. The ordinance in Chula Vista will prohibit campsites and sitting, sleeping, lying, or storing personal property on public property at specific locations in the city. National City's ordinance is similar and acknowledges the cascading impact of San Diego's ban. You can read more about each ban on our website, cbs8.com. There are more than 1 million Latinos here in San Diego County. That's about 35% of our local population.
Today, the San Diego Foundation released a State of San Diego Latinos report. It found inequities, but also found philanthropic opportunities.
CBS 8's Abby Black shares efforts made by one nonprofit to empower the Latino community.
San Diego Foundation says that it found in its State of Latino report that many strides were being made in the county, but there are ways that we can strengthen the opportunity for Latinos to build wealth in the community, and that's by focusing on workforce partnership, education, and homeownership.
Investing in our Latino community is critical to our region's continued long-term economic vitality and also our shared prosperity.
The San Diego Foundation says Latinos make up a third of San Diego's population.
Latinos' net worth is 22% of their white counterparts, and we also make up about 33% of San Diego County's population.
Miguel Lopez is the Senior Development Manager for the San Diego Foundation, which provides grants and resources to improve inequities. The foundation developed the State of the San Diego Latino report that found Latinos made around $28,000 less than white non-Latino San Diegans.
Even if there is those jobs, are they paying the kinds of wages that will help a family move into wealth-building opportunities like homeownership?
Casa Familiar is a nonprofit that works to support the border community and partners with the San Diego Foundation. They both agree the real pathway to better wages is providing paid training and apprenticeships and creating that pathway in grade school.
Let's say bad air quality at the border, that those green jobs in the green industry and the infrastructure for EV plugins and all of those new jobs that are going to present themselves, are we positioning the schools and the communities that need those bridges and pathways the most to be the priority?
Casa Familiar CEO Lisa Cuesta says that those better paying jobs can also lead to home ownership. Last month, the nonprofit broke ground on a 100-unit housing site in San Ysidro. A $33 million grant will allow residents to own the home by paying off the remaining debt after 15 years.
But we need to find those innovative solutions to create those pathways.
Supporters hope that this report will inspire opportunities for San Diego's Latino community to thrive.
It's not rocket science. We can do it, but we need that intersectional collaboration, and we need to have those decision makers.
To read the full report, go to cbs8.com and click on the help button.
We need to do better here in San Diego.
Abby Black, CBS 8.
New tonight, a follow-up on a church in Mount Hope that we told you about that lost its insurance coverage because a satellite image of its roof showed it in disrepair.
Today, we were back at the Gospel Center Church of God in Christ because it needs your help. Members of the church tell us for years they have been dealing with graffiti on their property. It's constantly getting tagged. Now a group of local artists are donating their time and talents to paint a mural on the church's wall that wraps around the property. The group is hoping to raise $5,000 to pay for all of the supplies so they can get it done. If you'd like to help make a donation, we put a link to their GoFundMe on our website, cbs8.com.
The Conrad Prebys Foundation is awarding nearly $6 million to 24 local organizations. The youth workforce grants will help the organizations invest in ways to help young people across San Diego County gain career opportunities and work experience through paid internships and apprenticeships.
If they are given the chance to gain exposure to a job and they get paid for it so they can actually take the time to learn it, then they're going to grow in that position and they may pursue that as a career. So if we want to open doors for young people, this is what we've got to do.
According to a 2022 study by the National Association of Colleges and Employers, people who get paid internships can make up to $20,000 more per year in salary compared to those who take unpaid internships. The California Task Force on Retail Theft has released new data for this year.
We're going to break down how this year's numbers are already exceeding last year's, coming up next.
Plus, how one program is helping homeless veterans while also teaching high school students some valuable skills.
We had a lot more cloud cover in the forecast for today. This is a view from our Mount Soledad camp. Now, what are the chances of us getting some shower activity out of this? All those details are coming up.